and sometimes that's just how it works. All right, so I think the video restarted because it restarts after 33 minutes. So I am unapologetically T, and I am talking the good, the bad of motherhood. Not even the good, just the bad. So if any girls who are thinking about being moms, no, this video is not for you. I do not want to traumatize you. This video is a video in support of moms who have their kids 24/7, and you do not get the proper breaks. And when you do get a break, you are worried about what's going on with your child. You don't know what to do with your time or yourself when you get the break because your identity is in motherhood. So you're dealing with guilt. You're dealing with, what the fuck do I do with myself? And this is for you. And it literally took me 13 years to feel like it's okay. It's okay to have that break. It's okay to just be me and be me with me. Like, not taking the break and being like, all right, I got this break. Like, which friends can I hit up? Like, just actually spending this time with me. And that shit felt so fucking good. Like, oh my God. But I've digressed. I wanted to use this video to be transparent as a mother and talk about the shit that I don't like as being a mother. So I've explained in the first video the reason why I have parented the way I've parented, the way I have not been able to take the breaks, the proper breaks that I've needed. And it was fear-based and trauma-based, and losing of identity in motherhood. So now that, you know, you are a mom, that was what was leading up to it. Now that you are a mom, let's talk about how much, for me, I think probably I did well to not have breaks like I was supposed to and all that shit. Like, I think probably it was about 2017 I was touched out. And I was touched out so much so I was touched out by my child. I was touched out by my partner. And when I say touched out, if anybody like doesn't know what that mean, sensory overload, like someone constantly come in and like just want to lay up next to you or hug you or you know, just be intimate. It doesn't have anything to do with sex. It's just being intimate, being touched, and I don't want to fucking be touched anymore. And this is something I'm still working on to this day. Like, I don't want to be touched. Like, I just felt like I've been touched so much without my permission. Like, that don't touch me. Like, leave me the fuck alone. And I can't say that all the time. Like, I just can't say it. I can't say it because they got feelings too. And it just got to a point where, like, I just did not want to practice intimacy, period. Not with my kid, not with my partner. Like, I did not want to do that shit. And I did not know how to explain it without them feeling bad. But definitely with my child, like, I don't want to tell my child, no, I don't want to hug you. Like, that's mean, right? But, like, no, sometimes tell them no. Like, because if they don't learn boundaries with you, then they're not going to know boundaries with other people. And when they get in relationships, they're going to fucking touch their partner out. And I feel like we have to set boundaries with our kids. I did not do a good job with this because I wasn't taught boundaries. I do know if I have a kid, you know, now, like, I definitely would do things different. Like, Charlotte, I still can't fucking use the bathroom by myself. Like, she finds a reason to come in the fucking bathroom, and I'm like, bruh, I come in here just sometimes just to get away. And that was more of when we lived in Church Hill, but like now where we live at, like, we kind of, I think the fuck she's touched out too now. Like, she's fine. Like, she's a teenager now, and she's like, when she wants to hug, she usually does this before she even comes to me, because I think she realized like that give me a heads up. Don't just come to me and touch me. And if you have toddlers, if you have young children, you get this. Like, they don't know no better. And you don't want to hurt their feelings, and you don't want to deny them love. But goddamn, I don't have any to give you right now. Like, I just want to keep some for myself. And I just want to not be touched. So that part, I'm definitely still recovering from being touched out. Like, I have a hard time even being touched by men. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how to fix this shit. Like, I'm just all touched out, and I don't know. I don't know what to do with that shit. Like, cause I definitely had intimacy problems, period, due to sexual abuse. But I felt like it was one guy I met that made me feel comfortable in my own skin. And then once I met Dante, like, it just made me really even more comfortable in my own skin. So, like, I did meet him, and, touching was cool. It was fine. But it just got to the point where, like I said, it's not even about the sex part. It's about just touching me. Like, like if your boyfriend come from behind you and touch you. Like, I never was good at this anyway. Just like I said, just the sexual abuse and the touching. But somebody come up behind you, and they might want to, like, hit your butt, or they might want to grab your shoulder and pull you in close. Like, that shit bothers me. Like, I feel like I'm about to be attacked, or I feel like, it's danger, or I just feel like, it's a shocker. It's like, it makes me anxious. Like, I don't know. So I have a lot of shit going on when it comes to that. Like, I definitely need to get that worked out. So yeah, the touching. Yeah, I don't even, after talking about that, like, do I really want to start over and have another kid? Because I'm basically out of the woods for a lot of the things that toddlers bring. I don't mind the baby phase. Oh my God. I would just love to spend the first 2 years of my child's life with them. But then after that, go to daycare. Once you could talk, like, get out of here. I would not do my kid like I did Charlotte. Charlotte was held in close. And there was moments, like, I let her go with her grandmother, which people didn't agree with me, but I felt like it was her grandmother. Like, yeah, people had issues and all that stuff, like, but I felt like her grandmother loved her and cared about her. So, and shit, like, don't nobody know what the fuck I was going through. Like I said, I went to school and I worked 2 jobs at times. So, baby, I needed a break. And I would do this, come home, do homework with her. Cause, like, even when I wasn't in, even when she wasn't in school, like, I used to have to, like, she used to go to daycares, and she used to have work she would do. Like, I used to have work she would do. Like, I had workbooks, all kinds of shit. Like, so I would come home, teach her after being in school all day and working all day. Like, tutoring people, because that was most of my jobs was tutoring. And, yeah, like, I would come home and have to, work with her. Like, she's smart because I worked with her. Like, nigga, we had a word wall. We had our address on the wall, phone number on the wall, ABCs. We went over not only the ABCs, but the alphabetical sounds and stuff. So, like, like, not only was I, helping others and teaching others, and learning myself, right? I was coming home and teaching my kid and loving and bonding with my kid. I needed a break. So yeah, I definitely did. Used to let her go to her grandmother. But really it was like her grandmother's long-term boyfriend would pick her up. Like, he would have his daughter and he'd pick her up. and bring her down south so that she could spend time with her dad's side of the family. And I don't have no regrets because, like I said, nobody know what I was going through, and I felt like she was safe, even though I felt like she wasn't. But, that was my parenting style. Like, I felt like that when she was with my mom. I felt like that when she was anywhere besides with me, daycare, any of that. Like, I felt like she was always unsafe. And if you are a mom, that's a burden on your brain. So I talked about the not wanting to be touched. I'm tired of fucking cooking. And for real, I'm blessed because she's at the age where she can cook for herself. But if you are raising teenagers, then they're at the age where they think they're grown, but they don't want to do grown shit. They want to do what they think is grown shit, but they don't want to do grown shit, like feeding yourself. Like, the food is in the fucking house. Like, feed yourself. Like, leave me the fuck alone. Don't ask me what we're gonna eat. Like, I used to get so extremely mad. Like, I would get off work, and like I said in other videos, like, I had all these other shit and activities I was doing for myself because I finally was free and could finally do things that I wanted to do, and I didn't have to explain to nobody where I was going, who I was doing it with, how long I would be. Of course I told Charlotte, like, I'm going to be going to this and that. Like, yes, I did do that, but that's healthy and normal explaining. But far as the relationship I was in, like, it literally was a third degree, which made me not even want to do shit at the end of the day, because it's like, I'm already fighting depression, and now I'm fighting to get my shit and get out the house, and then now I gotta get the third degree about some shit I already told you I was gonna do, because I'm a planner, so I definitely already told you this week what I had to do, and now I'm getting the third degree about where it's gonna be at, who I'm gonna be with. It even got to the point where, like, it was like, turn your location on, and I do feel like there are couples that share a location. That's your thing. I don't see nothing wrong with it, but when it's used for manipulation, which it was used for manipulation for me, it was used for possessive reasons for me, and it wasn't used for safety. It wasn't like, he wanted to make sure I was safe. It was more of like, I'm being possessive. I'm making sure you're not stepping out. And it psychologically did stuff to me. Like, I don't like sharing location. Like, I do share location with my child. Like, me and her share location. But, like, I definitely got a lot of shit I got to work out. Because certain things definitely in my relationship was toxic that might not be a toxic thing in another relationship. And so I'm unlearning certain behaviors. So not only am I unlearning toxic behaviors with my parenting style, I'm also having to unlearn toxic behaviors as a partner. But yeah, so I definitely was doing a whole lot, and she'll get home and be like, I'm hungry, or what are we going to eat? And it's like, well, why didn't you find something to eat in there? Or, I'll buy stuff for her to fix her lunch. Because, I worked in schools. I don't want her eating that school lunch. That shit, like, please stop feeding your kids that school lunch. Ugh. They said it was going to get better. Maybe it was better when Michelle Obama was in office. I mean, when her husband was in office, because she did do a good job with, like, trying, but I don't think they care no more. So, Charlotte never had to eat school lunch unless she wanted to. And, very rarely did she want to. And then, because it is some things, like, sometimes they have pizza or certain things that she would want to eat. But also, I use it as a punishment too, because I had to buy this food. Like, this shit ain't cheap. And so when she would get in trouble, like, sometimes that would be her punishment. Like, I'm not fixing you lunch. I'm not buying you the things that you like for lunch. And so, like, it as a kid, like, that used to hurt her feelings, like, if I didn't pack her lunch. And as a teenager, it still hurts her feelings that I don't pack her lunch. And I'm like, bro, you a teenager now. Like, I do not need to be cutting heart-shaped sandwiches no more. Like, we're done with that. I'm done with that. And I felt bad wanting to be done with that. Like, when I first left the relationship, I'm like, well, you know, she want me to fix her lunch. Like, that's one thing, you know, I could at least do as a mom, is fix her lunch. But then I started thinking about it, and it's like, bitch, you paying bills, you are clothing her, you're taking her out on the weekends, you are spending time with her, you are doing all these things. She can at least fucking wash the dishes. She can at least fix her fucking lunch. Like, and it's a lot. Like, she knows that I feel guilty about certain aspects of motherhood, so she plays on that. And I'm unlearning to not let her play on that. So, like, letting her be self-sufficient. She need to learn how to do things. And we did not handicap her when I was in the relationship, but it was like, once I left, I had guilt about, I had put her through all that. And so I had started doing way too much. And she was doing way too less. And so I would say, like, I'm just tired. I'm tired of being a mom sometimes. And is that okay to say? Yes, the fuck it is okay to say. I'm tired of being a mom sometimes. And I just want to be me. And I just want to be myself. And I am learning that, you know, I got to be a mom. I got to be a mom regardless of this shit. But can I at least say I'm tired of being one? Like, and then not be, oh my God, you're such a bad mom. Like, I know I say sometimes, like, I don't like my child. Sometimes I don't fucking like my child. Guess what, y'all? She don't like me either sometimes. But we love each other. We do. We literally love each other, and I will fucking die for my kid. But I don't like her sometimes, and she don't like me either sometimes. And we tell each other, like, when we don't like each other, like, we literally do. And I literally allow her to say that shit to me when she feel like she don't like me. Like, and no, it's not on the rude shit. Like, you know, we in an argument, and she be like, she don't like me, but like, maybe I do something, and it's a little off, and she be like, I don't like you, but I love you. And that's how we do each other. Like, I don't like you, but I love you. Like, and that's our sign that we getting on each other's fucking nerves, because contrary to what people believe, your kids get on your nerves and you get on your kids' nerves. Like, for real. But yeah, this motherhood shit ain't for the faint of heart. Whether you doing it by yourself or whether you doing it with a spouse, whether you got a village or not, is hard. And I'm a bitch that's doing it by myself, and my village is like a dot. And it's extremely hard. Like, I don't think I can call anybody today and be like, you know, I'm having a really hard day. Can Charlotte come over? I don't have nobody I can do that with. Like, it literally would have to be an emergency situation where it's like I took that walk that day. And when I took that walk, I ain't had no fucking guilt. Like, that's why I ain't had no guilt about that goddamn walk. Like, because for 13 fucking years, I've been doing this shit pretty much by myself, plus dealing with somebody who had an addiction. Like, so I felt like I was kind of raising two kids at sometimes. Like, when he wasn't on his good days, like, I was raising two kids. And I'm tired. Like, I'm just tired. I feel like I would be better if I outsourced a lot of work that I have to do as a mother. I never got to do that. Like, you know, paying someone to do the laundry sometimes. Paying someone to tidy up the house sometimes. Cause it's really not that bad. Like, I'm more messy than I am anything. And not messy, like junky. I'm more like, you know, if I pull my clothes out, or like if I wash the clothes, I wash the clothes. I do not mind folding the clothes. I do not mind any of that process. My problem is putting that shit away. And I think it's because I don't have the space to put the stuff. And when I say space, like, I don't have drawers and all that stuff. So, like, That should sit on my couch in my bedroom, because I got my bed, and then I got a couch, a little small couch, and that should have sit on my couch. And it's like, but then when I have company, like, can't nobody come sit on my couch because it's clothes on it, so I have to always last minute tidy up. That's what I need. Somebody to like tidy up my house, clean the kitchen and the bathrooms. But for the most part, like, you know, everything else is fine. I'm not like extreme with it. Contrary to what Dante might have told people, like, I definitely think he used to feel a lot about shit. I don't know why he want to make me bad in that department when his ass don't keep his shit clean. Like, I swear, that's another thing we don't talk about. Like, if you are the one cleaning up in the house, it's like, as soon as you clean up, them motherfuckers come and, like, if I clean the stove off, it's like they'll come and drip some shit on the stove, and it's like a magical fairy gonna come clean that shit up. If you don't wipe that shit up when you just did it, like, the fuck is wrong with you? Like, I just cleaned this shit, and then you think I'm supposed to come clean it again? Like, no, you need to clean up behind yourself. Like, I just did a mass clean. Why can't you wipe up some shit that you done spilled? Why can't you clean up behind yourself? They thought I was supposed to be a maid, and I felt like motherfucking Cinderella. I swear to God, I felt like Cinderella in that house. It was like, bitch, you are here to cook, to clean, to look after everybody, and your fun is access denied. And if you do have fun, you don't have much say in what that fun is going to look like. It's going to be what everybody else wants to have fun and do. And it was even to the point where, like, even when I was asked, what do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? Because I didn't have a fucking identity. So, yes, motherhood, relationship, lost identity, overtouched, tired of being a maid. I'm tired of a lot of things. And what I am seeing is the more I love myself, the more it is required of my daughter to respect my rules and respect how I feel and what I feel. So these breaks are needed because they allow me space to figure out what I want and how I want it, and it allows her space to figure out, you know, herself. So, yeah. And to figure out that, you know, like, mom is human. Mom is not superwoman. I took that cape off. I threw that cape in the motherfucking trash, set it on fire. This is a black woman who is tired of being strong. And when I say I'm tired of being strong, it doesn't mean that I don't know that my strength is impeccable. Like, I have a strength out of this fucking world. I might be stronger than a lot of niggas. And I think I am. I've met some very strong men, and y'all are strong. And then there are some men that I am, like, I have surpassed your ass. And I am fine with that. However, I'm tired of being strong. I want to be soft. I want to be led. I want to be submissive. But I don't have anybody to be submissive to. And I do know that, like, God will. And when the timing is right, God has somebody handpicked. I believe that wholeheartedly. The same way that I believe he has handpicked my future life, I believe he has handpicked my future husband. And that when it's time, he will send that man to me. And it has to be his time and his time alone. And I have to be patient, and I can't rush things, and I can't rely on my own understanding and my own feelings. I have to rely on God with that one. But I do know when it comes, I will appreciate him. The man that God sends, I will submit to him and trust that his leadership is good. If it's not, then he ain't the one that God sent. He's an imposter, and he will be identified. But I definitely, you know, like, I'm ready to stop living out of survival. I'm ready to stop living out of fear, worry, regret. I'm just ready to start living. And, you know, being okay that I make mistakes. We're all going to make them, right? And it's just my point of view has changed so much in such a little time, and I'm so grateful and thankful for it. This whole journey has been nothing but to show me how truly blessed I really am. It is not the fucking things. I'm telling you, like, if you are one of these people and you want a better life, it's not the things. The things that are so irreplaceable and so great to have, money can't buy. Now, a person like me, I do need money to make my life comfortable, and I need money to make my life a little more, softer and easier for me, right? However, money can't buy the things that I'm grateful for. I am grateful for the people that God has sent and put in my life. Like, I swear, I can break down and cry right now about the people that God has been placing in my life. And he's continually daily to place people in my life, and they're there for different reasons. Like, we're here to be used, not misused. But we're all here to be used. And the whole thing about it is, if you help me, I'm the type of person, my love language is reciprocity. You do for me, I'm do for you. And it's gonna be genuine too. It's like, you look out for me, you're gonna need me too, and I'm gonna be there for you when it's your turn. So, and it don't gotta be like, you did for me, I'm gonna do for you right away. Like, no, it can be genuine. Like, do you need for me to do anything to help support you since you supported me? Like, and if you don't have any needs right now, later, hit me up when you need it. And that's just who I am. I just feel like that's my natural God-given gift, is to care for others, to love others, to have faith in others. Even though, we taught not to have faith in man, like, I just feel like, I am a man not a man, I am a woman, that has fallen, has made mistakes, and I believe in me, so I believe in you. And that's what I mean by faith. Like, I believe in other people, and that's my gift. And it was my curse until I found some boundaries, and I'm still working on that, and I'm still continue to work on that. I'm not perfect, and I'm not striving to be perfect. I'm just striving to be healthy. And I just thank God for the people. My earthly angels is what I call y'all. And I thank God for my spirit team, my ancestors, my angels that, you can't see, but you can feel. And I thank God for them. I thank God for the freaking birds outside. Just the sound of birds chirping. I've always see these cardinals. Birds have always been a sign for me. I even remember one time, like when I was a teenager, we had an owl that used to be in one of the neighbor's tree. And that owl used to scare me. And then one night I had a dream about that owl, and that owl was facing me dead in the eyes. And like, I just literally got lost in the owl's eyes and basically saw my fucking self. And I was scared to see myself ever again after that. So like, it was that's part of the reason why it probably took me so long to get to this point. But, I see myself now. Go look at that mirrors poem, because we all just holding mirrors to each other about the ugly parts in ourselves that we don't like. And, when you get activated about something that somebody says or something somebody does in their life and it's not bothering you and it does not affect you, usually that's a sign that someone is holding a mirror up to you. You are having a trigger, a activation, a reaction to something from your trauma, past, whatever you want to call it. Like, you're looking at your own reflection. It's not the person. It's something in you that you don't like. So that's why it's not good to judge. If you need a practical reason. But yeah, I'm going to cut this video off. Those are my ugly truths about motherhood. Sometimes that shit sucks. And people need to be okay with saying that shit sucks, and not just amongst other mothers. Like, tell the world, like, that shit sucks sometimes. But we love our babies. We do it for them. Bye, y'all. Till next time.